Yo, what's going on, Ball King? Today we got a fellow community member about to drop some game on us on how he handles being bald. Let's check him out. This is Brandon Carter. If you don't know, I'll explain more later.
Here's how I handle being bald. I started shaving my head when I was 16 just because I like the look. In my community, being bald is normal. You had Jordan, The Rock, Tupac, DMX. But if I was a white guy, I might have some apprehension about that because y'all be looking like you're from the future when you shave your head. So if I was a white guy, I'd probably just save enough money to get a hair transplant. You can get a hair transplant for $5,000 or $10,000. If I was broke and I needed $10,000, I would just drive Uber around the clock until I had it. Problem solved. Here's how I handle it.
Hey, that's a funny dude. Yo, but check this out. First off,
like YOLO wanted to tell you, accept yourself. You don't have to prove shit to no one, accept yourself. And if you
let's figure out, like, I want y'all to know who he is. If you don't know, Brandon Carter, he's an online fitness coach. That doesn't quite describe who he is, but basically he teaches about online fitness or teaches about fitness to other fitness people. And he's sells courses, and he has his own podcast talking about men's health and just men's confidence and things like that. So this is why this is a good person to kind of reference this off of, right? Now, I think you guys remember when I talked to you about, there's a difference between being a regular guy like me and you and being bald and being kind of, quote unquote celebrity with being bald, even though he's not like you may not know who he is, but he has a niche following, right? So what this means is, for one, he chose baldness. So it's not even that big of a deal for him, right? That's the one thing. He was bald at 16. He chose baldness. And I'm going to circle back to what I was just saying, right? But he chose baldness is the first thing. Also, he reveals his age, right? He was referencing Jordan, DMX, The Rock, and he said those people made him basically want to choose baldness at 16. Now, I don't know if you know, but specifically in the Black community, bro, there was like a mass exodus from baldness. It was a mass exodus back in like the early to mid 2000s, like 2005 and up. Like, the baldness just went away from culture. Like, there's no longer a bald culture anymore, bro. The closest thing to cool and bald was Jermaine Dupri for Black people, bro. It was done. It was done after 2005, bro. Pac was gone. You know what I'm saying? DMX was basically out of here. You know what I'm saying? Jordan was retired. It was done. That time and era was done. So he's like 40 something. Brandon Carter is, right? Bruh's like 40 something. So it shows and reveals the age, and we're talking about the times. Like, times have changed, bro. It's 2025, and we're talking about 1995, probably, right? Major difference, right? So with that being said, I want you to think about it. Do you know, you watching this, like, I'm 27, right? You watching this, maybe you're a little older, maybe you're a little younger, but the fact remains, how many people do you know under 20? And I want you to comment this. Under 20 years old, bro, how many people do you know that are ready to go bald and willing to go bald under 20? Like, I ain't talking about they're balding, so they're like, let me cut it off. I'm talking about they're like, yo, that's the look. You know what I'm saying? They saw me online, they like, that's the look. No, that's not a thing, bro. People are not out here 16 years old in 2025 trying to go bald, right? And another thing is, because I've heard this too from girls, I ain't gonna hold you up, bro. Like, oh, Tupac, oh, Tupac was so sexy, or oh, Tupac. It's like that reveals how old the women are as well, right? If women are talking to you about how sexy Tupac was, for one, he's been dead for like over 30 years. No disrespect to Pac, bro. No disrespect. But the fact that they remember how Pac was looking in that time reveals the age within itself, which I ain't got nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, a more mature woman. I really don't. But that being said, it just shows you who you're probably going to attract on the surface level, right? We talk about that. That's why you want to get them in your orbital realm and work on yourself. Matter of just make yourself the priority, and everything else will follow. But to stick to this specific video, as you can see, he's not bothered by the baldness because he chose it. And then also, I told you guys, when you're like a celebrity and you're bald, you're not really bald, right? Like, everybody he named, The Rock, Tupac, DMX, like, especially, DMX, Tupac, those guys, like, yeah, they really had to embrace maybe the bald look, right? A little bit more so than like somebody like The Rock, bro. Like, The Rock, he still got it to this day. Like, no homo, bro, but girls still on The Rock to this day, bro. They still on The Rock, right? So that's a major difference than being a regular guy like me and you and being bald, right? The first thing a girl sees when they see me and you is baldness. And I'm about to get to my second point too when it comes to this guy being an anomaly, right? He's not the rule, he's the exception to the rule. It's kind of what I'm trying to say, right? Because another thing that people say with baldness, is facial hair, where like he said black and white. If you're a black guy, that was like the whole thing, right? If you're a black guy, you're bald, you got facial hair, you're good. You know, you basically good. It's like, bro, just just enjoy the evolution of life. You're good. Whereas a white guy is kind of a little bit different, but that's not fully true though, because you got people like Jason Statham. And then we just made a video about some girl talking about a guy named Johnny Sins, who I never heard of, but he's kind of a YouTube guy like Brandon Carter, right? So what that lets you know is, for one, work on yourself, bro. Because when you're on a different level, women, the first thing when they see you is not baldness. Like when they recognize that you're on a different level, right? They're not looking at your baldness. Like your baldness becomes like the fourth thing, that maybe the third or fourth thing that they see when they look at you, which is crazy to think about. Which, you know, truthfully, you want to balance that. You don't want to get too crazy, right? Because then it's like, why are they here? What's the real reason? But the fact remains, bro, if you have the confidence level for one, right? And I'm not going to go fully based on the appearance, right? Because we're not talking about looks fully, right? I'm gonna go into it a little bit, but confidence level for one. What's going to help you feel confident is your body being together, right? As a man. Now, my body, it's all right. I ain't gonna hold you up. My body, all right, but it ain't like this nigga, bro. He's on a whole different level, bro. He teaches people about working out. So when a girl sees this guy, well, for one, like I said, baldness, facial hair goes like hand to hand. He doesn't have any facial hair. I don't think I doubt he had any facial hair, because if he's 40 something, like why wouldn't he rock the facial hair now? Even though, you know, facial hair can make you look a little bit older, especially if it's a little bit out of whack. You know what I'm saying? But that said, though, yeah, bro, the body is a big thing. The body is a huge thing. The confidence level is a huge thing. If you're playing that social media game, if you're playing that game, you got to watch what you attract. But the fact still remains, bro, if you're playing a social media game and you got a good life and you're displaying that good life that you're living, these women are looking at your confidence, how you carry yourself, then they're looking at your body. Maybe those two go hand in hand, you can say. And then if you're on social media and you're displaying your social media life and you're living good, that, and then baldness, bro. So baldness is like 4, maybe 5, right? Because it depending on what else you want to include in social media. Maybe if you're 2 out there showing your everything, how you move, then you know that money is gonna be what comes before baldness as well. That's just the reality of how female nature work, bro. It's not me. It's how these women work, bro. It's just how they work. So that being said, what you can take away from this, no, I gotta address my white guys real quick, bro. So yeah, talking about white guys out there, look, I know he said that y'all look like aliens or something like that when y'all are bald. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I don't think, I think that, I mean, of course I'm black, so you know I'm biased to my blackness. Of course I'm biased to blackness. So I do think that there's a difference between being bald and having a beard and being in shape and being black, right? I think you appeal to a different crowd. There's a more kind of, I know we talk about, you know, the social media basically clowns bald guys, right? But when it comes to being bald and having a beard and being in shape, we do got some sex appeal there. I'm not gonna lie to you. And being black, right? Now, when it comes to my white guys, like I said, y'all got y'all's niche, bro. Like maybe I need to really educate myself on y'all niche, because y'all got a niche. Like the Jason Stathams of the world, like I said, the Johnny Sims, who I never heard of in a day in my life, but until, like I said, the last video I dropped. But y'all got your own niche, so I don't want him to just discount y'all. But I'm gonna say one thing, bro. Not my black guys, I don't care how y'all feel about it, because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like I feel a way about it, so I gotta just be honest. So I don't care how y'all feel about it. But the fact remains, I don't know what it is, but when white guys get a hair transplant, it comes out so much better than black guys, bro. I do not know what it is. I don't know what it is. I know they say like black men, our hair's like, you know, curly, so it kind of makes it a little more challenging during the hair transplant process, whereas white men have straight hair, so it's easy just to place it in there and it grows out, you know, big. That's what they say, but I'm saying, bro, I done seen some white guys, like I'm talking about fully bald, come back and their stuff is grown. They got a whole like flow going on. I'm like, bro, how the hell did that happen? You see a black guy, like our hope is to be able to just have a military cut. Like we just want to have some hair up there, just a little bit of hair. These white dudes be coming in with full flows, flipping their hair and shit. Man, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, y'all might be taking the L on the baldness, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, but to be real with you, y'all make it up if you get a hair transplant, bro. It's way more easier for a white guy, from what I've seen, to get a hair transplant and it comes out as desired, the results, versus a black guy. Like there'd be black guys getting a hair transplant. It's like, my boy, you should have just left it SMP. That's what got me. I'm not gonna hold you up, bro. That's part of like like I have to make sure I get my hair transplant done by somebody really good and credible, because the mishaps with black people are way more what I seem to be like prevalent than with white people, bro. And that could just be I'm looking at it, so I don't know. It could be that, but from what I've seen, white guys are winning on hair transplants, bro. And then maybe they're just more doctors that know how to do it. I don't know what it is, bro. But like, not even just white men, but like any guy that got that white kind of hair, right? So like, your um Middle Eastern men, Indian men, they all got that kind of same hair. So, but you know, facial hair is different, like Middle Eastern, right? And Hispanic, but even Hispanic men, they all got that same kind of hair, just us black guys, bro. We the only guys that got the, you know what I'm saying, the different kind of hair where we can get like waves and all that, which is dope. But if you're trying to get some hair transplants, bro, like being white, like you really got a better chance of getting a hair transplant. But from all my bald kings out there, man, for regardless of what race you are, the biggest thing you can take away from this, man, is to work on yourself. Work on yourself. Because the more you're able to work on yourself, the more being bald doesn't matter. To be real with you, bro laughed at, like, he doesn't care. That's why he was joking about it. I'll drive Uber all day, right? Because he doesn't hate being bald, right? Who, if you really think it's worth to drive Uber and to get $10,000 to clear baldness, you're crazy, right? That's just insane, bro. You're gonna be driving Uber the rest of your life with fresh hair. Doesn't make sense. Like maybe 2,000 to 3,000, and at that point, your entry is an S&P. To be real with you, entry S&P. From S&P, boss your life up and get an actual good hair transplant. That sounds like that's my plan. If you were wondering, right? That's my plan, right? I spent like 3 racks on an S&P. It was good. I was in the city. I was in, the state. I was able to drive there and drive home. It was safe. I was somebody credible, so I felt good about it. Versus me trying to like struggle and go to Turkey to spend 5,000. And when I say struggle, I mean like not get the hair transplant done by somebody credible enough that I really deem credible, right? So in the United States, a credible hair transplant is going to run you 15 to 20,000 in the United States, depending on how much hair you need, right? Somebody like me is going to run 15, 20. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm saying. It's just different levels of this stuff, bro. Bruh, he on a different level of life to where baldness is like the 4th thing women see when they look at him. He has a whole girlfriend and stuff like that. I followed bro for a while, so I know a little bit about him. But so he's not worried about hair, and that's why he came at it like that. I'll drive Uber. You right there, bro. This might be your real life. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to know, love yourself, boss your life up, and baldness be the 4th thing these chicks thinking about, bro. Until next time, as always, y'all boys know what to do. Get the stepping, get the stepping, get the stepping.
Like YOLO wanted to tell you, accept yourself. You don't have to prove shit to know and accept yourself. And if you